I am going to give my review of this film right here. This is the first Iron Man. I hadn't seen it in years, so last night I decided to throw it in the PlayStation 3 and give it another watch. My expectations were pretty low because I remember not liking it the first time around, but it had been so long since I watched this that I figured I'd give it another try. I was at a used record shop here in this part of Virginia, and it was on sale. It was like $2. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. I wish I wouldn't have bought this because Iron Man, and I know that this is an unpopular opinion, but the Iron Man movies suck. They suck. It is, I don't see anything good about this film, and I really don't understand why it's held in such high esteem. You go online and you read reviews about this film and people are like foaming at the mouth, drooling as if this is some masterpiece. I did not like this. I did not like the acting. And I think Robert Downey Jr. is an excellent actor, but I just didn't like him as Iron Man. That's one of my biggest hangups. I don't find him convincing as Iron Man. And another thing, guys, with a lot of these Marvel movies that I really despise is how they're pretty much built, they're made for children. There's all this lighthearted comedy in these films, and I don't like it. I never have. It's one of the biggest hangups I have with these Marvel films is the comedy. I absolutely wish that we could just get some films like this that were more engineered for adults. I wish that it had a more serious feeling to it, right? I wish that the danger felt more real, but when it's overshadowed by comedy and lighthearted remarks, etc., it just makes it feel cheap. So this is PG-13. Why can't we get Marvel films that are rated R? Rated R. Now, in my opinion, Marvel did this for a reason. Marvel made this PG-13 because they're all about making money. And if you can lower the rating down to PG or PG-13, it ensures that more people go to the theater, more people watch it, etc. But not to be repetitive, guys, but this is why I like Spawn so much. The Spawn animated series that HBO produced in the 90s. It's because it was rated R. It was made for adults. And because of that, it just feels more gritty. It feels darker. The danger feels more real, etc. So, guys, I don't like the way that this was shot either. In my opinion, this is aged very poorly. A lot of this stuff looks totally fake. Now, I'm not against Iron Man as a character. I think that Iron Man has incredible potential, right? But it's not shining through with these films. So I'm going to give the other Iron Mans a watch, just to see if they got any better than this first one. But from what I've read online, this is like, most people regard this as the best of the series. I think there's 3 of them. And guys, have you seen the trailer for Iron Man 4? Where Iron Man's daughter is Iron Man and she wears a pink Iron Man suit. Now I hope that it's fake. I looked through the comments on some of these trailers and a lot of people say that it's fake. I hope it is, because if they do that to Iron Man, it's again another example of things going down the toilet. It's Iron Man. Man, not Iron Woman, Iron Daughter. I give this a 1 out of 10. Man, so another thing I don't like about Iron Man, you guys, and I remember thinking this way back in the day. I had a friend that lived next door that collected superhero action figures. And we used to play with them. Dr. Doom was always my favorite, but Dr. Doom and Batman I think are kind of cool. But I tend to like the villains more. But the one thing that I've always had a hang up with Iron Man is the color scheme. I hate candy apple red and gold mixed together. Imagine if Iron Man's suit was just completely silver, or a silver with just a small amount of dark forest green, or all white, etc. So, yeah, guys, this is not it. I'm not a fan of Iron Man, the movies. It could have been so much better. But again, when it's made for children, when it's made for young teenagers, It just lacks what I like in movies. But you know what? If it's your thing, nothing against you. There's many people who find that the Iron Man movies are excellent, but I thought it was poorly casted. I didn't like Gwyneth Paltrow's role in the film. I didn't like Robert Downey Jr. in the film, although I like him as an actor. It just didn't feel convincing to me, right? So, again, my biggest hang up with the Marvel films, and especially the Iron Man film, is all the little jokes and the comedy, and just a lot of the stuff is so predictable, right? One kind of honorable mention that I thought was kind of neat in the film is when he's stuck in that cave and he builds the first generation of the Iron Man suit. I mean, that was kind of cool, but that's about it. I would not watch this again, ever. But I am going to watch the other Iron Man films, and maybe I'll give you guys reviews, but the chances are it's not even going to be worth doing a review, because if it's anything like the first Iron Man, garbage. But, you know, I figured I'd give it another shot. The CGI hasn't aged very well. It still looks pretty good, but you can definitely tell with the suit in certain spots that it's more than fake, beyond fake. And I get it. You know, how else are they going to make an Iron Man film? They're not going to be able to make an actual suit that flies around in the air, etc. But yeah, you guys, I give it a 1 out of 10. What do you think about the Iron Man movies? Do you think that they're good? Do you think that they suck? Do you think that they're kind of in the middle? Imagine if we got a rated R Iron Man where there's cussing and serious violence, etc. That's the other part of the Iron Man film that I didn't really like, is like the violence and the action is definitely toned down. And again, it's got to fit into that bracket for teenagers, 13 and up. So I don't understand personally why so many grown adults like these Marvel films. I have yet, I think, to see one like relatively recently made Marvel film that's good, right? I don't even like all that Avengers shit. The CGI looks like garbage. Again, there's way too much comedy. There's such a lighthearted feeling to it, right? And a lot of the action, a lot of the outcomes are predictable. But yeah, you guys, I think Tony Stark's character in general as Iron Man is fascinating. We have like this philanthropist, mega billionaire who's able to build all this amazing technology. He's kind of like Batman in that regard, but it's not for me. It's just not for me. So again, leave comments in the description box. What do you think about this film? Have you seen any of the new trailers for Iron Man 4 where his daughter downloads Tony Stark's AI and she unlocks all the mysteries of what it is to be Iron Man, and she gets all of her knowledge, or his knowledge? I hope that I hope that those trailers are fake. I hope that they're AI generated, because if that's what they do with the Iron Man series, it's just another nail in the coffin for Marvel. Why is it that we can't have rated R Marvel films? Why do superheroes, and I get it, I mean, it's mostly marketed for children, all the action figures, etc., so they have to make it within a certain age threshold. But how cool would it be if there was two versions? A child version, a mamby-pamby version, and a real raw, gritty version with convincing violence and acting. I didn't think the acting in this film was that great. I thought that the people around Iron Man, his friends, etc., it just seemed cheesy. And when I watched this last night to give it a rewatch, I remember when I watched it last time, which was years ago, I felt the same thing. So nothing's really changed for me. I am a harsh critic with a lot of movies because I think they fucking suck. So what do you think? Leave comments in the description box. It's 20 degrees out here, you guys. I'm freezing. It's even that cold in the shed right now. I've run into the shed to try to get some warmth, but it's fucking freezing. Leave comments. Please hit the like button if you like this video. And again, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the Iron Man series?